What's going on, YouTube? It's your host, Bruce GNT, and we are back on TikTok. And honestly, what this video initially was going to be was not going to be this. It was actually going to be talking about like dating apps and whatnot and giving my own experiences. But this immediately popped up, and then I said, yeah, I gotta do this one because this one's out there. So I'm not even gonna waste any time.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Third Reich. I know I said I was only gonna post one last video, but this will actually be my last video. And that is because Führer bought all the media, just like, Hitler did. Just like in Nazi Germany, when they controlled all the press and got rid of freedom of press and controlled all the media. Yeah. So it's actually not really gonna be safe to post on here, to be honest. So here's a few tips specifically for women. Get birth control if you can. Immediately. They will be graping us, trying to get us pregnant. You don't have to be an immigrant to worry about the cops. They're going to come for all of us. Yes, they will be knocking on doors and asking your neighbors. They've already been doing that for the last few years. They've already been conspiring. Your neighbors are Nazis. Some of them support Trump. A lot of your neighbors are already in a secret society, and they were already aware of all of this, right? And a lot of them were already Nazis or descendants of Nazis, like my father and his family, which is why I know so much. Because my great-grandmother might have allegedly been involved with that, because a lot of Nazis sucked refugee in Argentina. And just like Trump, my dad told me Hitler loved real estate. He went to Argentina because they had a lot of casinos and rich people. Very similar guy. They have a lot in common. Hitler was all about the money. The Nazis were all about the money. And the birth rate. Because the birth rate is down, this is what they do. Specifically because YT women are not having babies. They're angry! Because of ethnic cleansing, they want to get rid of everybody that's not white. Also, ableism. Don't go to the psych ward. Don't get diagnosed with anything right now. If you're already diagnosed like me, there is a target on your head. The hospitals, the prisons, and the immigration detention centers are just concentration camps. They're just concentration camps. So don't go to the hospital, don't go to prison, and do not go to the immigration detention center either. Get the fuck... All concentration camps. You cannot trust anybody. Do not tell people your opinions. Do not tell people what you think. Anybody will turn on you when money or life or death is involved. Even your best friends and family. 1 minute you're all supporting the same shit, and the next minute the cops are wheeling you out your house because your friend wanted to protect their self. So don't talk about nothing. Not even on here, since Trump controls it now. This is Nazi propaganda now. This is state-owned media. And I'm risking a lot by even making this fucking video right now. But I'm German and I have to tell you, okay? And my family, I'm 95% sure we're Nazis, right? And my dad is an unaliver. Right, I know these tricks. The secret society tricks, the Nazi tricks. I know them well. So your freedom of speech, freedom of press, we don't have that anymore. This is all being highly monitored. It has been for a while now. But now that he's in control, there is a threat. This is a guy that you can't speak against, right? Like most dictators, they don't let you speak out against them. This is a different America.
I had to pause it. There's a lot. And I don't want to pause it too much because last time... for her, I made her video like 45 minutes. All right, let's get down to it. The comparison between Hitler and Trump, because they both like real estate and money, is like, I know a lot of people that like real estate and money. Does that mean that they're Hitler? And they're white too. Have I been fooled? No. I like real estate. I want to do work in real estate, and I like money. Am I Hitler now? The Nazis are all about the money. Most societies are all about money. Especially capitalistic societies. Maybe I'm off. The whole get birth control because they're gonna be great. Look, I don't even know how to address that one. If you think that there's a secret society of people, men that are just gonna go out in like roving bands and start raping women, I don't know. Like, I don't know where that came from. That's, I mean, she already said she was diagnosed. Aptly so. I can see that. I said in my last video, I feel like there's something else going on there. Yeah, I can see that. And she's like, don't go to prison, which is great. You shouldn't go to prison. You shouldn't be doing anything that will have you go to prison, unless in her mind you're speaking out against the government. Then they'll put you in prison, because apparently we're in a dictatorship now. I'm gonna be keeping up with the executive orders when it comes to what he's doing. Cause I got a few videos that I got loaded up that I'm gonna talk about that and try to talk about it in detail. I'm confused because secret societies is like, what the, where? Neighbors conspiring against each other? Like, is that a thing? And another point I want to bring up is that people compare this to like Nazi Germany, and they say it's the same thing, you know, with the Holocaust and everything like that, with concentration camps. But one thing I find interesting is that they say this, right? And I'm not one of those people that's like, if you don't like it, you should leave. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that if you truly believe that this is where this is heading, and that you have a fear for your life, then why would you not leave? Because I'm pretty sure that if the roles were reversed, right, and the people that were being persecuted, you know, the Jewish, the people of color, and the gypsies in Germany, I'm pretty sure that if they saw that was going to happen, and they knew, just like how we knew the atrocities, because we could look back in history and see that, I'm pretty sure if they knew that, they wouldn't have stayed. That's why I'm confused at. Because think of it like this, right? If I knew for a fact, like she's speaking, because she's speaking factually, she's not saying, oh, allegedly, she's saying, no, this will happen, which is insane. If I knew for a fact that something bad was going to happen, I would leave. I wouldn't stay here. Like, I don't understand that. When I was living in New York and I would go like to certain areas and certain places, and I felt something was off, that was me feeling something was off, and I left. I didn't stay there going, I'm just gonna stay right here. Like, and I'm not trying to be like, if you don't like it, don't leave. Like I said before, I'm not trying to do that. But wouldn't common sense tell you that if you truly believe with your heart and soul, with 100% certainty that all this is gonna happen, why would you stay? That's what's confusing to me. Maybe I'm off, maybe I'm not understanding something, but that's just weird. I'm gonna try not to stop it as much.
As a woman, I hate that I'm gonna have to say this, but we are going to have to dress like we are in the Taliban. That means no short skirts, no short dresses, nothing that's going to draw any more attention to you than the fact that you're already a woman. Try to cover up, even dress like a boy. It might help. In fact, dressing like a boy might help a lot. Make sure you're always wearing pants. If you're wearing a skirt or a dress, wear pants underneath. Try to cover your hair, try to cover your face, just try to keep a very low profile and don't look too womanly, if that makes sense. Yes, Handmaid's Tale, you will thank me. You will stay under the radar. You will not be a target if you stay under the radar. Keep a low profile. Now is not the time. We cannot post on social media anymore. They own the media. They own our data. They own our intellect.
First of all, the fact that it took TikTok about to get banned for people to be like, they own everything, is like, yeah, no shit. There's always been like that. Why are you confused? They own our data. That is not, are you now figuring that part out? I'm confused. Like, did you not know that? What? That's that. One, and I forgot to mention, Trump doesn't own TikTok. He just had his extension, and during that time, he wants to negotiate them being owned by an American company 50%, as opposed to the whole 100%. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, he saved TikTok, because no, I don't think that happened. In 2020, he wanted to ban it. Now he changed his mind. People are like, oh, it's conspiracy to make himself look better. I mean, if he wanted to make himself look better, he wouldn't do or say half the shit that he does. So I don't think that's the case. But I'm also not going to give him his flowers because it's not that big of a deal. I don't know. I don't know. There's many other platforms you could expunge your ideas and beliefs and say exactly how you feel. YouTube is one. Instagram. Like, she's making it sound like all media is controlled, and it's not. There's a lot of media outlets where people say how they feel. I don't know. I'm gonna try not to pause it.
Intellectual property, and for all we know, they have spyware that is mirroring our phones, our messages, and everything. They most likely have that, okay? And they're capable of just banning something on our phone like that and whatever. They most likely, maybe that was even a way to install spyware on our phones. There's no telling. But they most likely mirror everything, our emails, our text messages, everything. And not to mention bugs. There are bugs that you can place in walls that cannot be seen, cameras that cannot be seen. You don't know who your neighbors are. You don't know who these people are. You don't know people like you think you do. The same way a lot of you were surprised when you found out certain people voted for Trump. keep those people in mind because they're damn sure keeping you in mind. Like, I even have to be worried. I live in a Trump supporter neighborhood and everybody knows who I am, right? And my dad's already paranoid because he thinks I can get him in trouble. Well, how the fuck could I do that, sir? You are a white man in America with a lot of connections in high places. I can't do anything to you. Stop it. It's just projection. They want me to be scared. Keep your identification on you at all times. A lot of you will have to carry around a birth certificate. I might even do it. Fuck it. You're not gonna have to look Hispanic for these people to fuck with you. I hope y'all are aware of that. Immigration is not gonna care about that. Trust me. I mean, yeah, they will be racially profiling. But it's not just the migrants that will be targeted. I really hope you guys are aware of this. That is just deflection. They say that to get you on board, but you're going to be just as vulnerable, even if you're an American citizen. Because if they want to label you a domestic terrorist, you're fucked. You're fucked. Your family could have been here since fucking slavery. As soon as they see you as a threat, you might as well be a migrant yourself, right? So that was just to get a bunch of racist people on board. But no, they're not just going to be targeting migrants. I hope you guys are aware of that. Being white is not going to save you. No. For example, you would think I'm safe because I'm blonde hair, blue-eyed. No, I have bipolar disorder. I'm diagnosed. I get Social Security from the government. They want to kill me. Are you crazy? Ableism. Nazis don't like disabled people. Hate them. They hate them. If you were in Nazi Germany, you could have looked like me. Oh, she's perfect for breeding. But once they find out you have a mental illness, they killed you on the spot. Or they made you a prostitute or a sex slave, which is most likely what they would do. But yeah. Yeah, no, that's not going to help you, sweetheart. That's why I say you guys got to stay away from the psych wards. Stay away from the hospitals.
I'm really not trying to rag on her because she's just giving me gems, and I'm really trying to, because like I said in my last video, I feel pity because I don't know what goes on in that noggin of hers, and sounds chaotic. The whole bipolar, yeah, and I guarantee there's something else in there too. Something else wiggling around in there. Yeah, the whole Nazi doctor, because right there's a lot of Nazi doctors. Oh, okay, all right. This is fear mongering, and I don't like saying that because I feel like people overuse that at times, but this is legit what that is. Because if you look through the comment section, it's all these mostly women that are just like, oh my God, I'm so afraid, I'm so scared. And it's like, you shouldn't be, because what happens is that when you're scared like that, you project that out. It's not like it's just something that's, oh, okay, I'm scared and I react and I act the same way that I do in my everyday life. If I was a person that was afraid of, in this case, just men in general, especially white men, and I went into the outside world, I'm going to start acting differently. Someone comes near me, I'm like, are you going to grape me? It's like, what the no, that's not what's happening out there. And look, I'm not trying to absolve and say, oh, you can't find that anywhere. That's not what I'm saying. There are people out there that are evil. That's a real thing. But to say that people are just Nazis? What? That's a wild thing to say out loud like that. And then that you're a target, and then like where do people think they are? And that's why I say it's confusing. If you really feel like this is gonna happen to you, then why would you stay? Like if I knew for a certainty, like 100% certain that they were gonna round up black people, put us as slaves, I would leave. I wouldn't stay here. I wouldn't be like, well, let me just, no, I would leave. Like why would I stay? But okay, we have all these young impressionable people seeing stuff like this, thinking that this was going to happen, and then they're going to react in this way that is, one, not healthy for them, and the whole thing is just bad. The mental health crisis that's going on in this country is horrific. It's anecdotal, but legitimately, I don't think you could find a woman under the age of 32, and I say woman because there's been studies showing, especially with the introduction of social media, a lot of women, when it comes to mental health, their mental health has been degrading almost exponentially for the past 10 years. And then when you look at how social media came along, like, we don't know if there's a correlation, but something's happening. So that's why I say women specifically. But Yeah, there's a lot that's going on, and it's a sad thing.
There's a lot of Nazi doctors, Nazi surgeons. You don't know who your gynecologist is. The fuck? Again, you don't know who your gynecologist is. You don't know who your nurses are. You don't know which side of the fence they stand on. And this is the hardest pill to swallow. Just because someone looks like you doesn't mean they're your ally. As a woman, a lot of women are Nazis. A lot of women will end your life in the face of male supremacy and on behalf of males. And not all skin folk is kinfolk. Because again, those same bitches will betray you.
I gotta say this. Honey, that was not for you to say. That is not for, and I don't like saying this, but I gotta say it. That was not for you and your kind to say. That was for us. How dare you?
For men. There are Trump supporters in all different shades, sizes, colors, races, all different types. You can't trust no one. So the appearance, do not be deceived. Do not be deceived. Because if anyone in your clan has voted for that man, so don't assume just because, oh, this doctor's a woman, she's going to be nice, or this doctor is black, this doctor is Asian, none of that matters. None of that matters. None of that matters. People who want power and wealth, that's why they joined the Nazis. They wanted the protection, they wanted the power, they wanted the wealth. All of them people in Hollywood are Nazi supporters, and they are the fundamental funneling of this propaganda machine. They have been engaging in so much propaganda the last few years. They are not anyone we should be watching, bro. A lot of these celebrities are not for us. They see...
I'm so sorry, I gotta pause it. What? So everyone that's a celebrity is a Nazi. And I read the little caption. She said, especially with celebrity women getting super skinny, that's Nazi propaganda. Is like, or they have eating disorders and there's something else going on with them. Okay, but people are Nazis. And if this was a video that was just talking about how white people are just Nazis, still bad, but it would be understandable. She's legit telling people, don't trust anybody. Anyone could be a Nazi. Anyone could be a person that's gonna harm you in some way, shape, or form. Keep to yourself. And it's like, that's not healthy. It's really not. And no shade to her. I'm not taking advice with someone that's bipolar and probably not on meds. I'm not taking advice from you. Why would I do that? You not right in the noggin. And I'm not saying that people that are bipolar are not right in the noggin, but this one right here is not. Because what? I don't know. Maybe I'm off. Maybe, and I'm a person, I'm not above reproach. If I'm off and there is something that I'm not seeing, I'm open to hear it. But gee willikers, like what is happening? She's essentially telling everyone to not trust anyone, no matter their race, color, any of that. You can't even trust other women. And it's like, what? So you want people to seclude themselves, have this doom mindset, and to basically be afraid to talk to anyone and say how they feel? That's how depression and other stuff kick in. We're social creatures. We need to interact with people, because a lot of weird things happen when we don't. A lot of weird things happen when we don't. Who knows? Maybe I'm part of the machine. I'm part of the problem that's trying to convince you. No, I'm not. And like I said, I'm not coming at this person with hate. I'm coming at them with like, it's pity. Honestly, it's pity. And just trying to understand, where is this coming from? And I don't want to be that dude, but I gotta say it. She was a woman that was in that life, that red district, red light, sex worker life. She's bipolar. And I can only imagine what other things she's gone through. And we have to understand and give a little bit of credit, give her a little bit of rope, and realize that that does a lot to your mind. And no matter what she may say, I don't ever, especially now since I start thinking deeply about things and start thinking, okay, someone's idea, this came from someplace. And I had to be cognizant of that. It's coming from a place of extreme hurt, misuse, and maybe abuse, physical and emotional. Yeah, that's just sad. That's just sad. But let's keep going.
They think they're more special, and that's how rich people think, that we're just inferior. And we are just a dollar sign to them. They don't care about us. They do not. They are the ones pushing propaganda for the American people, and they are 100% aware they're doing it to save their own asses and their own money. They do not care about us, okay? I don't care if they're white, black, a woman, gay. They don't care about us. I don't care if they're trans. They are a Nazi. They're a Nazi. See, these Nazis come in all different flavors, and they will deceive you by having a black person or a gay person or a trans person or a woman be their voice and advocate. That is how propaganda works. They use marginalized communities and, people who are oppressed or women, etc., to manipulate you. Because you will be deceived by tribalism, by thinking, oh, this person is the same skin color, oh, this person is the same gender, oh, this person is trans or gay, so I should be able to trust them. They must be an ally, right? Wrong! Do not assume anyone is your fucking ally, because motherfuckers can flip on you like a coin. Even your own family, you cannot trust them right now.
It's funny she says that. It's quite ironic that she's talking about what people use to like spread propaganda. I want the irony to be pointed out. You're a white woman with German descent, mostly talking to marginalized communities to have them understand your way of thinking and trying to tell them, hey, this is what you should think based off of the anecdotal evidence I have, i.e. my father, her, not mine. Her father is a Nazi, so I know what I'm talking about. I know these people because I know what I'm talking about. I know the nature of men because I worked in sex work. I know what I'm talking about, so you should believe me. Isn't that the same thing as what you were just saying? That's propaganda too. Am I off? I don't think so. So yeah, there's that. Overall, what I can say about this is that this is, I guarantee if I said this is dangerous, someone like her would be like, well, this is what she's talking about. You're trying to silence her. No, I'm not. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to let people know the dangers of when you have this mentality that the world is out to get you. The world is not a kind place, but the world itself is not out to get you. It's not. Yes, there are terrible people out there, and yes, and look, I'll give her some rope, and I'll say for a fact, she's not wrong with the whole propaganda machine when it comes to Hollywood and celebrities. Oh yeah, I 100% believe that. Do I think that they're Nazis? No, I don't. All of them are Nazis? Denzel? Woody Harrelson? Keanu Reeves is a Nazi? I don't know. Maybe I don't have the pulse on the culture. Maybe I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But I don't think that's the case. Because if you're going to sit here and tell me every single last person that voted for Trump is a Nazi. And then, you know what? I guess that does fit into her way of thinking. She's like, okay, I believe this person's a Nazi, and everyone that votes for him is a Nazi. He won, which means the majority of Americans voted for him, so a majority of Americans are Nazis. That's a very dangerous way to think. Because like I said, she's going to have people, one, afraid of the world and being seclusionary to where they don't interact with anyone, and that's not good for anyone's mental health. And someone with a mental health issue should know that. They're going to be depressed. All these different things can happen from you having this mindset. Because when you're always on alert, and I know this just from regular studying and then just being in the military, when you're always on the alert, that wears on your mind. You can't stay in a constant state of being in alert. That's not possible. Your body can't handle that. It needs time to rest. And no, that's not me saying that so I can get your defenses down because I'm a Nazi. That's just a fact. Look, my thing is this. We're going to see how these next 4 years are going to go. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'm going to hold the president's feet to the fire. Every executive order, because I got a few that I want to go over to pretty much explain what's going on and see if I can make it understandable and more digestible, because I definitely have to read it over and over again to get the full gist of it so I can explain it to you all. I am 100% sure that none of this is going to happen. There's not going to be roving bands of men that are trying to... Because you know what's weird about it too? She's saying that it doesn't matter the race or how you affirm yourself, you're a Nazi. But then at the same time, she's saying this is a way for white men to establish their dominance. So I don't really understand. So which one is it? Is it that everyone that voted for Trump, no matter the color, is a Nazi? No matter the color, the sexual orientation, or whatever, is a Nazi? But then at the same time, it's just all white people that are bad and trying to preserve their race and have this cultural and race genocide. And honestly, I'm gonna get a migraine because just thinking about this is making me think, oh shit. But like I said before, no hate to her. Whatever she got going on, hopefully she gets it fixed or solved. And that was a lot to take in. Crazy. But yeah, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, comment down below, tell me what you're thinking. Tell me if I'm off. Tell me that maybe you know about these secret societies that if you know about it and you're talking about it, it's not so secret. But tell me if you know about these secret societies. Tell me if you can vouch for her and tell me that she's absolutely right and I'm just in the dark and stupid. Let me know. Or if you disagree, yeah. I'm not gonna put her profile in the description because she says she's not even gonna post any more videos, so it makes no sense. But if you want to know who she is, my last video has her profile. You could go search right there. Yeah, and subscribe if you want to see more. There will be more. Peace.